For this general meeting, we're going to be discussing the events and socials we have for the month of October and some in November. We're also going to be talking about the raffle, our ongoing project, and a logo design that the ECE is asking for us for. But for those of you that are new to our organization, I just want to briefly discuss what IEEE is. And IEEE stands for the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. We are a technical organization that focuses on that hands-on experience. We like to grasp what we've learned inside the classroom to an outside classroom setting by doing projects. I know right now, since everything's virtual, the best we have are obviously virtual projects and workshops. I do have this video that kind of gives a brief visual for my visual learners that you can watch it on our YouTube channel. Oh, and I do want to emphasize, I know it says electrical and electronics engineers. I do want to say, one, you do not have to be an electrical engineer. I am a computer science major, and we have different disciplines all across our officers as well. And then you don't have to be an engineer as well. If you or you know anybody that's just has a knick-knack for technology and using that technology to for the advancement of the humankind, please refer them to our organization. It's open for all. So we do have our new academic school year officers. You have me, yours truly, as the president. You have Trey as our vice president, Marcelo as our secretary, Michael as our treasurer, Christian as our program director, Nadia as our multimedia director, Sassy as our networking director, Dennis, our student coordinator, and Krista, our event coordinator. Any time throughout this presentation, if you guys don't want to unmute yourselves and ask me a question, you can always write it down on the chat, or you can send a DM to any one of our officers, whether through Discord or through their social medias or through WhatsApp. If you guys have any questions, we are here to help you guys. So our membership dues, they are not mandatory, but the $10 do help a lot with our chapter. And with those $10, you become an official membership with the UTRGV IEEE Edinburgh chapter. You get access and priority to some of our events and socials, especially those that are very hands-on, that we work with Arduino or PCB boards. We always supply you with all those materials. So usually our paid members get those materials first. We also have point tracking that I will later discuss on the next slide, and we do sell shirts for our paid members at a discounted price of $10. We ran out of shirts for this semester, but any of you guys that did pay to become a member this semester, they're still valid for that discount when we get our new shirts, hopefully by next semester. And if you guys want to pay your membership free, you can always contact Michael, who is our treasurer, on WhatsApp or through Discord, or you can always just Venmo us at IEEE-UTRGV. So going back to the point tracking, like I said before, it is for our paid members. This point tracking allows our members to redeem prizes with your points, whether it's a soldering kit, an Arduino, a Raspberry Pi. Just depends on how many points you have. You can maybe get a pencil or a pen. I do want to say that the points do count for an academic school year, which includes the fall and the spring, and then they'll reset to the previous fall. So any of you guys that do have points, make sure you guys cash them out by the end of September or not. At the end of spring semester or not, you guys will lose them. So for our events, which include our socials and our workshops, are 3 points. Our fundraising, which includes our raffle, which I'll later discuss as well. If you buy a ticket from us, that is 5 points. And for those of you that attend our meeting today, that's 1 point. So our Spark projects and our workshops next Monday, which is October the 19th at 5:30 right here on Discord. We will have a Python workshop. This is going to be an interactive workshop, so later on I'll let you guys know what online compiler we're going to use. You don't have to download anything. I'm going to make sure it's through our web browser. And the way that workshop's going to be structured is that I'll probably have maybe examples and definitions on a PowerPoint slide, and then we'll transform into an online compiler where we're gonna, I'm gonna have you code along with me an activity. So the next workshop we do have is a Fusion 360 CAD workshop. That's for Monday, November 2nd at 5:30 here on Discord. And that one's hosted by our Vice President Trey and our multimedia director Nadia. I don't know if Trey, Nadia, you guys want to emphasize of what we're expected from this workshop?
Yeah, so first of all, Fusion 360, you can sign up for it for free for a year. So don't sign up for it until you're really ready to use it, I guess. Because, I don't know how you would go about getting another quote-unquote free license, but I know that you get it for a year. And the benefit about this is that it's sort of like a cloud CAD thing. So you can have multiple people working on the same project at the same time. So I believe for people like us, who don't focus majorly on advanced simulations with different materials, I would say something that's a little bit, team oriented is more appropriate for the type of engineers that we are. So Fusion 360 is a pretty good in between, because right now I'm using a CAD program right now, and it's super advanced and really confusing sometimes, and requires a lot of attention to detail, much more than what's necessary to 3D print something or just visualize something. But that's because it's capable of a lot more hardcore things. But Fusion 360 is meant to just visualize what you're doing and print it as an STL file, which you'll then put in a 3D printer. And I'll explain all the details on how you go about going from CAD and to 3D printing, because I recently just learned, and it's really fun. And I think if you guys bought a 3D printer, you would use it a ton more than you think, because just the things you can build is just insane. And once you learn Fusion 360, last thing I'll say, when you learn Fusion 360, you'll learn what it's like to model in 3D space, and that means that you can use this in pretty much any program. So if you apply to a job and they ask you to use AutoCAD, you'll be pretty familiar with the interface. The only real difference is that Fusion 360 is not as powerful, right? Because AutoCAD is used for different applications. But for general navigation, you can handle NX, you can handle AutoCAD, SolidWorks, anything, just so long as you're familiar with the buttons and what they do and things like that. So yeah, that's gonna be next month. I hope you guys tell your friends, because I'm gonna prepare hardcore for this, because it's really important if you don't know this before senior design.
I was gonna ask Trey, is this license like a one-time free?
What's that?
For the license, like after the first year that's free, is it like a one-time fee?
I really don't. Maybe. I'm gonna guess yes.
On Autodesk, what you can do is you can create your own Autodesk account with them, and so you can use your UTRGV account, and then from there it'll send you like a verification just to verify that you're a student, and then so you'll get it for free. And I believe like you're able to verify that you're a student yearly, so I think it'll continue, like it'll give you the option to update it if you need to extend it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, that's great. Thank
Yeah, I
you.
have a question.
Oh, yes,
But
go ahead.
What does Spark stand for?
good question. Ira?
Spark is what it was a company that were sponsoring all of our projects and our workshops. Um, it was just the name of the company. It's not like an acronym or anything.
And it does sound pretty cool. Like, that's just, I guess, what they're called now. Kind of stuck.
Yeah. Yeah, they used to sponsor all of our projects and workshops, but since everything is kind of a little hard right now when it comes to receiving sponsorships and stuff, we're not receiving sponsorship from them at this moment, but hopefully when things are financially stable, we can continue that relationship with them, but it just stayed like that.
May I ask? You said it's Fusion 360. Would that be the same as VMware Fusion 12 and 11?
No idea. But
VMware Fusion is the one that UTRGV uses. So there they have a bunch of different.
oh,
Yeah, that's why.
virtual machine. Oh,
Yeah, that's why I was asking, because as of right now, if anybody's already used their 1 year, I'm not sure if it's the same one, but if it's not, Fusion Pro is available for
you know what?
HV
You know
student.
what? Anybody who's interested, even if you have SolidWorks or if you have, anything, I'm only suggesting Fusion 360 because of its cloud ability.
Yeah.
But you can easily follow along on whatever. Maybe you have a program that you just haven't opened on your computer and you're just waiting for somebody to teach you. All the programs are the same.
Yeah,
the words are a little bit different, but
some of the controls are a little bit different, but
and some are more advanced than others, and some are slower than others. That's really it. It's not like buying a different phone.
Yep, and that's good to bring up. Like I said, I was just bringing that up in case anybody was interested. But like, oh, I'm about to run out, or I already used it. But yeah, no, definitely, and like AutoCAD, SolidWorks, anything works. It might be a little different to follow along, but should work pretty similar. Maybe not exactly the same, but pretty similar.
So also that this also implies that there is a best program, and the short answer to what is the best program, it really depends on what you're using it for. Fusion 360 is good for group projects, obviously. Something like SolidWorks is good for having very quick creations. I guess models. That's the word. Because it infers a lot of your information, and you'll learn what that word means in the context of this. That infer. It makes a lot of guesses for you, and so you don't have to do too much to make measurements, things like that. But you have something like what I'm working with, which is Siemens NX. Pretty much every single thing needs something, some sort of constraint in order to be allowed to exist. And if it's not, everything's unhappy, and it makes you do it until you get it right, which is a very good thing about this program. It's commonly used in the aerospace industry by NASA and SpaceX and all that. So if you're really interested, you can fork up like $4,000 for this program. I didn't do that, but I can explain how I did it in the workshop. So maybe that'll interest you in going. So yeah, that is the thing. SolidWorks, AutoCAD, those are pretty hand in hand. I mean, it doesn't really matter whichever. It's kind of like, what Galaxy phone do you have? It really doesn't make a difference. But they're all the same, and you'll learn that. And I hope you guys can show up.
Also, I was gonna
All right, I'm
say, yeah, thank you, Trey. If for some reason you guys used up the free year, or it's not available for you for free, and it does charge you for whatever, or if it costs, please let us know, and we can always find some way to fund you to make sure that you get those license, or we can always ask the dean. He's very helpful with us, especially when it comes with our students and our members if they have If they want to purchase a certain license but they don't have the money for it, please reach out to us. It doesn't have to be, the Fusion 360. If there's like another license that you want.
I think you can even use Tinkercad.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Like
awesome.
it really makes no difference.
On the website, it says it's renewable as long as you remain eligible. So I'm guessing you can renew it every year.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. That's.
Yeah, Fusion 360 is a really, really good option. That cloud that really sells it for me.
Awesome. Okay. But yeah, like I said before, if you guys want to purchase something, if it's for school and you guys need it, if it's like a website or a program or whatever, please let us know so we can get that funding for you. Or if you already purchased it and you still have the receipt, you can always send it to us and reach out to us. So
Oh man, I get to talk again.
Yeah. So the ongoing project we do have is the IEEE mobile application. The language that they're using is Flutter, but I'll let Trey take the floor.
Okay. So yeah, this is another thing that I'm trying to do. But it's a lot of work. If there's anybody here who's working with me on it, you'll know that I'm slacking. Yes, I know. But the reason why is because I'm a very busy person, and I really wanted this to be someone else's project. Just, it was my idea, and it's cool. Like, sure, I mean, I want to be involved in it, but I can't build the entire thing myself. So I created some teams. We have 3 teams right now, and I think they have 6 people each. So it's around 18 people, and I think I'm missing some people still. But they haven't reached out to me, and so I am not sure who they are. But I think I am missing people because those teams are perfect, and it's too perfect. So I'm missing people. Anyways, so yeah, if anybody here is interested in joining the project, yeah, I'll try to work on that. I need to do something with the actual project itself. The stage that we're at, by the way, is creating screens, and what I'm supposed to do is invent a style that meshes these ideas together. And yeah, it's a lot of work. So if anybody wants to help manage the project, that's really what I'm looking for. If anybody wants to join. But just know that if you decide that you want to manage this project, it's kind of, you don't want to you want to make sure that you're not doing something that is, it's just not what you can do, right? What I mean is, if you don't know how to code, if you don't know how to communicate as a team member, of course, if you're willing to help me if you're willing to learn, I'm willing to teach you. But it's most helpful if you need as little teaching but more guidance, and that's what I'm willing to offer. Some sort of leadership guidance, I suppose. But yeah, that's somebody that I need. If anybody's interested, to say something in my DMs or now, whichever you choose.
Actually, I did want to ask, unless somebody else would like to step up instead, I've actually been kind of looking at this a little closer the past week and a half. I'm not going to say entire 2 weeks, but about a week and a half. That's part of the reason why I made the previous question earlier, because I know Miguel Amador was one of the people that was also looking into this project and thinking maybe something that's not as code heavy. But I looked into it and I was asking as of what is everybody interested in? Because, like, for example, right now you, Trey, you're interested in building the next spaceship for NASA, working in NASA. And at least from what I've witnessed from NASA as well as SpaceX, the coding part isn't as heavily interested. But for example, Myra wants to be in Disney, and other people want to be in cybersecurity. And I've seen a lot of people want to be in Google. I personally would want to be in Google, Facebook, and things of the Git experience in Git, even if it's the smallest bit, or in this case Flutter, because it doesn't kind of go hand in hand, is something that's highly preferable. And but my point being, I digressed, is I would actually like to be the lead in this, if unless somebody else would rather take the lead instead. And my goal would be to actually have the finished product a week before finals, not on finals. I don't want anybody working on this thing anywhere near finals at all.
Yeah. You want to work at Google?
I want to have at least an internship at Google.
Okay. Yeah. So Flutter definitely, like, if you tell them I made a project with my IEEE group, in Flutter, they're gonna like like it becomes no question at that point, in my opinion. But of course that's my opinion. Never been an intern at Google, by the way. But yeah, that definitely will put you in the right direction. That definitely sounds like a position that a student in your position needs. And you're definitely the type to try. I see people who are, I guess, lower in class than me, and I definitely have seen you around a lot. So you're one of the notable students in my head. So yeah, it would be cool for you to manage the project. So we'll talk about it in DMs if you want, or we can meet up like after this meeting or something, or we could just talk about it after this meeting. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm cool with being completely transparent about it. I would like for everybody to just know the state of the app. It's really cool. You know, even if it doesn't interest you in actually doing it yourself, I'm sure it interests you in just hearing about its progress. So, unless of course I talk too much, but yeah, that's about it. Yeah, that's all I got to say about it. Like, that's it. Like, if you want to join, go ahead, join. You got a project manager now who's able to give you attention. I cannot give very much attention. So yeah, that's it for me.
Awesome. Thank you, Trey.
Yeah.
So moving forward, we have 2 socials. The first social we're gonna have is this Friday. I know everybody's having midterms, this past last week and this week. So we're just gonna have a quick little Jackbox party just to kind of de-wine, talk, not talk, play, not play, just to kind of socialize with one another. And that will be this Friday, October 16th at 7 p.m. on Discord. And then we'll have our official Halloween social, which is Monday, October 26th at 6 p.m. on Discord. For our Halloween social, we're going to be having Halloween themed trivia, movie trivia. It's going to be like Name That Tune and Halloween bingos. The winner of, the whatever games we play, whether it's trivia, bingo, or each game, they will be receiving a Halloween candy bag. And for the main event, they will have one name entered into our raffle. So going back to our fundraisers, which I talk about, that you'll be receiving 5 points if you buy a ticket. Since right now, because of the pandemic, resources is a little difficult when it comes to reaching out for sponsorships, because everybody's on the same boat. So we have these items up for raffles. We have the AirPods, and it comes with a charging case. We have the Roku TV. We have a cooler. So one ticket is $5, or you can buy 2 tickets at $8. The raffle deadline will be around Thanksgiving break, only because we know after Thanksgiving break we have like 1 week, and then it comes our finals and stuff, and so we can. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I had a question, but I'll wait till you finish.
No, you're okay. You can ask.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a student leader, and then we had a student government association meeting where we got to interact with other leaders, and I ran into this president. He's a business major, or business administration major, I think he said. But he said he's always had a thing for tinkering with electronics and like LEDs and like the stuff we're working with all the time. But he's like, but I'm not an engineering major. But I invited him to our first meeting, and you pretty much said there that like it doesn't matter if you just have minimal experience or like full experience, you can still join. So he's interested in joining, and he's also interested in fundraising. Would he still be eligible to receive these prizes, even though he's not officially a member yet, or engineering major?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, like I've mentioned before, and I will always emphasize, like, this organization is open for anybody. Like, if you just like technology or you like working with your hands, you like the new next innovative thing, that's what, we're here for, to make sure that they receive that hands-on experience. And then for those of you that, you have a project in mind, but you don't know how to start it, or you don't have the funding, that's where we're also here to help. Like, we're here to also help your projects see the light of day. So that's what we're here for. So anything you guys have ideas for projects or workshops, anything you guys want to learn, anything you guys want to know or study, you let us know, and we can always find someone to direct a workshop, or we can start a project that kind of, because that's how, like, we are too. Like, we don't, us officers, we don't know everything. We're also students as well, so we're learning as we go, so if there's any projects, any workshop you guys have in mind, I always say, please reach out to us. And yes, going back to your question, he can buy a ticket, he can receive his prizes. You don't have to be a paid member to buy a raffle ticket, but you do have to be a paid member to get those, like, 5 points for purchasing the ticket. So, but no, he can go ahead and purchase a ticket, and hopefully he wins a prize. So
okay. And I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, he was trying to actually join the Discord, but I guess it's a little late now. But I let him know about the recording on YouTube that he can watch later.
Yes.
But who would I get in contact as far as an officer, like, to get him to be able to get access to?
Text me.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Does anyone
that was it.
Okay, no, you're fine. You're great. And anybody else that has questions,
I'll send you the link, right?
Yeah, please feel free to reach out. Does anyone have any other questions about the raffle? So, like I mentioned before, the deadline is around Thanksgiving break. So we can kind of figure out how you guys are going to pick up the items. If it so happens you guys can't pick them up from Michael, who is our treasurer in Edinburgh, please let us know. We can always, curbside it, deliver it to you guys. So, and the way of the raffle, it will be live, so you'll see the live drawing of who the winner or who the winners are. So one of the last things I do want to talk about is the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering Department. They have never had a logo before, so they're asking for students to come up with a logo with their new branding that they can use for t-shirts, for caps, for masks now.
Wait, Myra, real quick.
Yes,
I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know, but is there a reason why they're not using the orange and blue one, the orange, blue, and white one?
I'm not sure.
Like the College of Engineering, like the pins that we got. Like, those are the coolest.
I don't know,
dude. Like,
it's because I guess this is like this is a discipline, like the EE and
you know what? You're
CMP.
right.
Yeah, it's not like the College of Engineering. It's the
You're
department.
Right,
yeah. So
it's the okay.
Yeah. So I don't think they've ever had a logo before, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think I've ever seen one. And if they do have one, I'm sorry.
No, we have the College of Engineering shirts.
Right, yeah. But
computer science, whatever. There's no logo on it. It's just black and white.
Yeah, so that's what they're looking for. So I know the winner does receive a plaque and a $50 gift card. All designs, like we've mentioned before, we have been mentioning this, but the deadline is October 14th. And you can send them to Bengalia, and his email is there, and it's also on the flyer on Discord. If it so happens you guys don't want to do it alone and you guys want to get in teams, you can always put it on the chat or reach out to an officers, and maybe we can come up with something before the 14th. The only thing that they do require is that
we should pay somebody off Fiverr.
On Fiverr.
Like, pay somebody $50 on Fiverr.
And give them a $50 gift.
And then just have the plaque go out to you at IEEE.
For real, and they can have the $50 gift card.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
So,
All right, we'll continue, sir.
no, you're fine. So what they do ask is like, does the logo reflect the electrical and computer engineering department at UTRGV? And does the logo reflect the colors and the fonts used by UTRGV? You guys have all the creative freedom in the world. The only thing they do ask is that you follow the UTRGV logo branding guidelines. That you can find it on utrgv.edu. And I can post the website on Discord right after this meeting. And also they want to make sure that the logo says like electrical engineer, computer engineer, something that incorporates the departments. So lastly, the opportunities. There's always opportunities within the College of Engineering. We have Ms. Edna, who is always looking for student highlights. She works closely with the student organization, so she's always looking for people with, you know, outstanding achievements or, you know, ongoing projects and stuff. So if you guys want to nominate yourselves or nominate somebody else, you can always reach out to her. And we do that too when we see our IEEE members. Don't think that we don't. We do email Edna like, oh, our IEEE member has done this or done that. We have an alumni, Arturo Rios, who is an employee for Intel, and he's always open for giving career advice and mentoring. So that's his Gmail if for whatever reason you guys want to reach out to him, or if you guys want to work with Intel, you need, you know, some inside scoop, you can always reach out for him. And Dr. Hucks always has materials out for rent, you know, like laptops. I know she has a mouse, like the mouse for laptops and stuff. She has different things and different materials. Anything that you guys need for your online learning, you can always reach out to Dr. Hucks, or you can let us know like, hey, I need this, can you kind of get it for me? And we can always work through that. And then outside of UTRGV, there's a organization called Vita, and they're always helping with educational assistance, and that's their website that you can look at. So you can kind of look around and see how it can help you or benefit you. So these are our social medias. If you guys haven't followed us, please do. We have Facebook, we have YouTube, we have our Discord, and we have our Instagram. The last slide is just a thank you, and thank you for coming, but I'm going to leave it here for those of you that need to follow or that haven't followed our social medias. I'm going to place the QR codes here. I guess before before the meeting's adjourned, does anyone have any questions, comments, concerns? If no one does, I'll be sticking around a little bit. So if you guys want to talk to me or any one of the officers, please feel free to do so. With that being said, I want to say thank you for everybody for tuning in and for joining. I truly appreciate it.
I just finished.
Oh,
one
sorry.
Of my... What?
Oh, sorry. Quickly, can one of the officers get a screenshot of who is here? So we can give them points, please.
Yeah, I mean, I missed one or two people.
Okay. Because I couldn't see since I was recording.
So I just finished 3D printing one of the things I'm trying to 3D print. And it's a phone stand. Perfect.